time winning the Impact World Championship at Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, Saturday, July 15th on pay-per-view.
Now, earlier tonight, we witnessed an unlikely alliance. A group that got together and tried to pull a power play. Speaking of World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode, Immortals Bully Ray, and the X Division Champion A-Double Austin Aries, well, they were unsuccessful with their takeover, and Sting turned it around. He threatened to strip Roode and Aries of their titles. He told all three that they wouldn't get paid.
Why you shoot my face when you should be shooting my calves? Get down here, boy! Get down there! Look at those things! Look at those things! They ain't calves, they're cows! Now shoot the chest!
Just infatuated, isn't he?
Calves aren't even that big, I gotta be honest with you. They're not. They got a little vascularity, they're ripped. I gotta tan them. But I digress.
This is not a happy group.
No, it's not a happy group, because you're right. They tried to go on strike, they tried to pull off a work stoppage, and it backfired on them. Sting came out, he pulled rank and said, all right, you guys go. Hey, look, you want to complain? We got a big main event tonight against the tag team champs and the #1 contender for that man's title.
Well, how does Sting solve his problems? He puts together a very unique team to face Roode, Bully, and Aries, and he starts that counter move by bringing out the World Tag Team Champions, Samoa Joe and Magnus. They're all about proving their superiority.
Well, Samoa Joe and Magnus have no problem beating the snot out of somebody, hence why they're the tag team champs. An unlikely duo, as we said for the past several weeks here on Impact Wrestling. But Samoa Joe and Magnus on top of their game, baby, as the World Tag Team champs.
Sorry about your damn luck.
Well, when Sting needs to rely on somebody who's willing to get in the ring and fight, he turns to James Storm, and it's a confident cowboy that's on the road to lockdown, because in April, in Nashville, Tennessee, in the confines of a steel cage, James Storm finally gets his one-on-one chance to regain the World Heavyweight Championship from one Bobby Roode.
Yeah, definitely a massive opportunity at lockdown for Storm against his former best bud right there, Bobby Roode, the World Heavyweight Champ. So we'll see how that unfolds. But right now, our six-man main event is about to kick off.
To make it official, let's send it to the ring. The introductions from Jeremy Borash.
Oh, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Impact main event of the evening. A six-man tag team matchup. Introducing, first of all, he is the X Division champion of the world, Austin Aries. Introducing from Hell's Kitchen, New York,
Don't even think about it! From Hell's Kitchen, New York City, Bully Ray!
And introducing their tag team partner from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He is the TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Bobby Roode. And now introducing their opponents. First of all, they are the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the team of Magnus and the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. And introducing their tag team partner, he is the #1 contender for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the world. He is the Cowboy, James Storm.
Gotta tell you how excited this six-man tag team, very unique main event matchup with a team that, well, they even admitted that they're not a natural team. This threesome of Samoa Joe, Magnus, and the Cowboy James Storm. But they've proved a lot of doubters wrong ever since the tag champs joined forces.
I agree. Look at this right here, man. Main event time. Austin Aries about to hook up right here with Magnus. Some fresh faces in the main event. I like it. I got to tell you, from my perspective, I dig it, man. Fresh.
And this is what Austin Aries wanted, right? To be featured, to be in the main event on Impact Wrestling, and you're there because of Sting, A-double.
Well, I think also Austin Aries is there because of his abilities. He is the X Division champion.
Good point.
You know, I hate to burst your bubble, Mike. I know you're not a fan of your bubble being bursted, but...
Well, it really was because of Sting, though.
You guys are the X Division champ. You can do things in that ring that most men can't. And you just saw Austin Aries got a very impressive high-end spin drill right there on the back of Magnus.
No argument from me. You may not like the attitude, the cockiness of Austin Aries, but there's no question he is in-ring ability.
I agree with you completely. Giving up a lot of size, too, is Austin Aries right now to Magnus. They better be careful with this test of strength. But Austin Aries, as we said earlier, he went on Twitter and he kind of aired his grievances a little bit, basically taking a shot at Sting. You know, most companies, you take a shot at your boss, you get fired or suspended or fined. No, to Sting's credit, he rewarded the man, and he said, "You're right, you should be in the main event." Oh, look at that handstand, beautifully done. I want to see Bully Ray do a handstand like that.
He cartwheeled out of the way first, and then he just got turned inside out. Did Austin Aries by that Magnus clothesline.
I said handstand, you said cartwheel. I didn't know you were a gymnast specialist. Sorry, Mike. All of a sudden, you bought Connor. Well, here comes Bobby Roode is the legal man. Well, I came up with that.
Thought you'd head more towards Bart Scott, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, he needs to make some tackles. But right now, Bully Ray, he wants to go with Magnus.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to see
this. I want to see Storm and Roode, but we're going to have to wait until after the commercial break to pick it up in our six-man main event. And we are back on Impact Wrestling. This is our huge six-man tag team main event. Bully Ray taking it to the Cowboy. Bully Ray, world champion Bobby Roode, X Division champion Austin Aries against the #1 contender for the world title, James Storm, and his partners, the tag champs Samoa Joe and Magnus.
Look at the shots that Bully Ray was putting to the head of Cowboy James Storm. Those some heavy blows to the head. That'll ring your bell, buddy.
Yeah, reminds me of the situation with the LA Lakers star, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, suffered a concussion for sure. Kobe Bryant in a bad way. And, you know, basketball's a physical game. Maybe not as physical as our business here, but definitely physical. Look at that right there. Storm
getting physical with Bully Ray and turns things over to the Samoan submission machine. This is one of those head-to-head situations that I really have been anticipating. Let's watch Samoa Joe and Bully Ray go at it.
Yeah, very intriguing matchup. Two big bulls right here. Two big, thick powerhouses.
How about the striking exchange between Samoa Joe and the Bully?
Bully Ray was chopping away at the chest of Joe. That didn't work, but that running back elbow worked.
Head of steam for Bully Ray. Samoa Joe ducks the clothesline. Was that a leg lariat?
It looked like a leg lariat to me. Via Samoa.
Joe on top, quick pin.
Well, you're not going to bully around Samoa Joe, that's for sure, but nothing like a good old-fashioned eye rake. That'll shut anybody down.
And with Samoa Joe shut down, X Division champ Austin Aries gets taken completely overhead by Joe.
Yeah, beautiful suplex right there, straight over the top. It was so quick. I'm not sure if he had a clasp on him or just hooked him and threw him. That running boot right there by Magnus.
Backsplash by Joe. Magnus on top. How about the double teamwork of the tag team champs Samoa Joe and Magnus?
Their timing, Magnus and Joe, the world tag team champions, their timing off of each other is excellent, man. Excellent, I'm telling you. It's going to be tough getting those titles off of Magnus and Joe.
World heavyweight champion Bobby Roode in, and Magnus turns it over to Storm. And like we saw earlier tonight, Bobby Roode bails.
Bobby Roode is the world champ. He's far from a fool. He knows a Cowboy James Storm wants to rip his head off. He's just frustrating him right now.
Slowing him down, trying to dictate the pace. Yeah, and immediately he comes in, becomes legal, and then tags in Aries.
Whoa, Aries coming in the hard way. Aries is going to get the brunt of the beating that Storm wanted to put on Roode.
Got to get your opinion on the Garrett Bischoff situation. After what we saw earlier tonight, especially the warning from Ric Flair, do you think that Garrett Bischoff even shows up next week on Impact Wrestling?
Listen, Garrett Bischoff, this young man, look, there's always just a target on this guy's back. I mean, this kid's got the Bischoff name tattooed across his chest. And that alone is going to get you some, get some issues with some guys in this business because of his father, Eric, and his history.
A lot of burning bridges.
Yeah, a lot of burning bridges by Eric Bischoff, and Garrett Bischoff might be starting to feel the brunt of that. But Garrett said he's his own man. We'll see if he shows up next week.
Joe for the muscle buster, broken up by Roode. And you're right, Hulk Hogan's out of the country as well.
And so Garrett Bischoff basically riding solo.
Oh, how about that crucifix takedown by Aries on the bigger Samoa Joe?
Well, what slowed down Samoa Joe was Bully Ray blindside forearm smash Joe in his back, which helped Aries set up the move. Now, looked like Bully Ray zoned after the knee, the leg, for a moment he did, of Samoa Joe. Maybe he's not focusing on that.
Down
that neck breaker.
Focus on the neck. The head of Samoa Joe drops straight down with the neck breaker. And then the bully is stalking his prey.
You can see the face of Cowboy James Storm. He had some concern on his face because he knows one of his partners in this match is in dire straits right now, Samoa Joe.
Bully all over Samoa Joe. This three-man team of Bully Ray, Bobby Roode, and Austin Aries. Now they've cut off the ring. They've got Samoa Joe on their side, and they're having their way with him.
Well, you got two guys in Bully Ray and Bobby Roode, who are tag team experts, specialists in their own right. So they know how to cut that ring in half for sure and utilize their other partner, Austin Aries, to beat up Joe.
Yeah, then you bring forward their attitude from earlier tonight, that showdown, the confrontation with Sting, and it just adds to trouble for this team of Samoa Joe, Magnus, and Cowboy James Storm.
Mike, I'm starting to wonder. I wonder what knockouts will compete next week right here on Impact Wrestling. I'm trying to,
knockouts?
Yeah, I'm wondering who, I'm just trying to figure out. I wonder who's going to compete. I wonder if it'll be Velvet or Serena.
We're in our six-man main event. We're watching James Storm almost get his hands on Bobby Roode, and you got that one-track mind about the knockouts.
Don't get hot about it. I'm just saying. I'm sure we'll have some sort of...
Whoa, watch this pin. Bully Ray on top of Joe, Magnus in to break it up.
I would strongly assume we'll have some kind of hot knockout action next week. I think some of our viewers might be into that. That's all. I know I am. Anyway, right now, Bully Ray controlling Samoa Joe. Quick tag there to the X-Division champ, Austin Aries.
Boy, it's been several minutes where this three-man team has just been dominant against Samoa Joe.
Yeah, they're definitely utilizing the ring and cutting it in half, as we said.
Oh, big-time elbow off the ropes by Aries. A-double on top for the pin, but Joe kicks out.
Went for a guillotine, but Joe kind of squirmed out of that. But controlling, Austin Aries is controlling Joe here. Oh! Right into the oof.
Joe gonna try and fight his way out of the corner. Knocks Roode off the apron. Shot for Bully Ray. Turns his attention to Aries, but he's taken down. The single leg by Aries. And Bully Ray is there to take the tag.
Yeah, that quick leg dive by Austin Aries is the little nuances that makes Aries a champion. You know, little things to stop Joe as he started to build momentum. Bully Ray got his back to the corner of Joe's corner, which is smart. But here comes Joe now, a couple jabs.
This is what you'd expect from a tag team specialist who has 23 world title reigns under his belt. Perfect ring positioning from Bully Ray. And then the bad mouth for Samoa Joe.
Well, you know, Bully Ray's liver, we saw it earlier about what the running back for the Super Bowl champion New York Giants, Brandon Jacobs, did to him last week, driving Bully Ray through a table. Bully Ray's furious, and he's letting his frustrations out here tonight.
Called it the biggest embarrassment of his career.
Absolutely. His calves didn't help him then.
Get out of the way! No, let's go. Come on, you can do it. He's out tagging. Let's go.
World Heavyweight Champ Bobby Roode knocks Magnus off the apron, comes charging across the ring at Joe, who is prepared.
Massive Uranagi on the World Heavyweight Champ. Moving hard into the middle of the ring.
Cowboy James Storm, #1 contender for Bobby Roode, the World Heavyweight Champ. He is dying to get in, and here we go. Aries sneaks in. Aries gets taken down by Storm. Oh, face plant up. Corner clothesline by Storm on Aries. Oh, Bully Ray taken down. Here comes Roode. Here's the shot, big right hand. Cowboy connects, flying forearm.
Look at the Cowboy, man. He is red hot right now.
Yeah.
#1 contender looking great.
Big time back body drop on Roode, but then cut off by the Bully.
Yeah, from behind. Bully Ray with a shot from behind on Storm. Look at this beat now.
Right hand after right hand in the corner. Big clubbing blows from Bully Ray. Communication issues.
Oh.
Aries went for the drop kick out of the corner. Caught his own partner when Storm moved out of the way.
Yeah, Bully grabbing out his own yam bag there. I don't know what's going on there. Look at that now. Samoa Joe. Ooh.
Here it is. This could be the double team move that's won him so many matches. Snapmare leads to the Magnus elbow. Aries able to roll out of the way. Roode in. And he hits the spine buster on Magnus. Look out. Storm hits the closing time on Roode. That's the move that sets up the last call. Out of the corner. And there it is. Last call super kick. Pin, cover, 3 count.
Well, talking about the momentum, talking about the confidence to a new level.
The team of Samoa Joe, Magnus, and the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, the Cowboy, James Storm.
The momentum, the confidence right in the corner of the Cowboy James Storm, because if that happens right there, and let's call super kick to the face of Bobby Roode.
Wait a minute.
We'll have a new world champ on lockdown, bud. Uh-oh. Bully Ray now.
Steel chair into the face of the #1 contender. As Bully Ray, he just knocked James Storm out.
Well, right now, I mean, Cowboy James Storm looks like anything but the #1 contender.
You ain't making it to lockdown, Cowboy. You ain't making it to lockdown. I'm the #1 contender. I'm taking you out, and I'm taking my good friend Bobby Roode's title. Nowhere, Cowboy. Nowhere for you in the cage.